My name is Carissa Crosdale. I am a qualified naturopath, nutritionist, and women's health mentor. A lot of the work that I've been doing is with women mostly, and a lot around really bringing them back into their body and trusting themselves, moving from the head into the heart, and really living in a place of radical self-love, but also liberating themselves from the old way of being and moving into a new way of being, which is just opening up more trust in the unknown. I was really drawn to the tea room when I first saw it. I literally found Danny out of nowhere, and it was one of those things that I was really called to. I'd been making a lot of changes in my personal and business life, and what Danny was saying really resonated. So the tea room was offering a space for me to be able to open up more to those things that were happening, which was to move away from that very masculine hustle way of being and the show up on social media and market every day and have a calendar and do all of these things that just really were weighing me down, more so mentally, but then emotionally and physically. I just felt overwhelmed by the work I was being told I should do, and it just didn't feel right. So this just felt like it was leading me towards where I knew I naturally wanted to go, but I wasn't able to get to those steps on my own. So the tea room is really just opening up a key I've given myself to be in that more of a slow living, quiet marketing, trusting what's unfolding, not rushing, not having a big to-do list, and really allowing myself to live life and enjoy what I'm creating. So far in the tea room, I have found it has given me more than what I thought I was here to do. So let me elaborate on that. In the tea room, I have found that it is guiding me to where I need to be. So instead of it just being about, here's how to do a plan for things in a more slow way or a more quiet way or a way that's more intentional, I have been seeing that the things that I've been wanting are coming to me faster because I'm more aware of what they will feel like. Because one, I'm watching Danny do it on a daily basis. And two, I am not sitting in a group where it's hustle, go, hustle, go. So when I do come up against something that doesn't feel comfortable in how I'm doing it, I'm able to hear it in a way that's landing better. So an example would be what I'm creating as part of my tea room project and how I'm trying to naturally approach it in the old way, and then being given guidance or being able to reflect and see how I'm able to approach it in the new way. And also then recognizing how it flows so much better when I do that. Because prior to that, the tools that I was using just kept me stuck. But now I feel like even in a short time period, I'm making more progress because I'm starting to flow in a different way. So my project in the tea room is preparing for menopause. I have been able to outline the themes and the topics within that overarching heading. And now I am creating the content. And within that content, it's going to be delivered as a tiny course. So it's going to be small, succinct content that people can take in with ease. People being women can take in with ease and be able to also take action on some of the topics that I'll be talking about. There'll be some documents that will go with that. I am creating a yoga nidra meditation for them to also do. So there's some lovely little creative components that I'm really excited to bring into the course. So the tiny course that I'm creating, I'm going to deliver it on Thinkific. It's a platform that feels like it really resonates with how it's going to be delivered. And it's going to be the starting point for me of little tiny courses that are within the areas that I love to work under a new name, not just myself as Carissa Crosdale Naturopath. It's going to be under the Whole Self Collective. So I'm going to bring in courses that I'll create and potentially bring in other people to collaborate with, which I'm really excited about.
I don't feel like the same person that started in June. I
don't
feel like
it.
No, I feel like I've changed so much on the inside into who I've been trying to be for a long time. And instead of it being about trying, I'm just doing it. And I think that was one of the reasons why it was so important for me to finish this tiny course. So I just, I feel really proud that I just kept going. And, there were some weeks when I struggled, and lockdown was definitely a challenge at times, but I'm so grateful that we had this tea room, which only started a few weeks beforehand. And then I stupidly, on reflection, said yes to multiple things at the same time, which have all just come to completion in like this week. And I'm like, wow, I just did 3 big projects within that 12-week period. So that was crazy. So I guess that would be what didn't go as planned. I hadn't thought about that, but reflecting on what I wrote in my seasonal plan, had I been more connected to that, I probably would be more aware of what to say no to. So hindsight is a beautiful thing. Also learning that I overplan. I have 100% always overplanned. And that has stopped me from actually making progress on so many things, multitude of ideas, but never being able to take them to completion because being distracted by other things and, the bright, shiny objects. So definitely the lessons I'm taking into my next seasonal plan is to not put as much on my plate, like I don't need to try and overachieve. And I think to Lisa's point, just connecting with everybody has just been such a huge blessing. I am so grateful for every single one of you. And it's just been just a huge, I don't know, like a nice hug for me on a Tuesday afternoon during winter. And it's just been always lovely to just turn up on a Tuesday afternoon. And it was one of those things that I've kind of kept to myself. And I don't know why. I just didn't want to share the tea room with other people. And I've only just started talking about it with friends and what I've been doing and where the inspiration for tiny courses came from. But it was just nice to kind of keep it to myself for a little while. And what feels really important for next season is I'm just going to relish in what I've created and focus on the things that I had also thought I could do, which was about, doing things around discoverability, improving content and writing blog posts. So I'm just going to have the next few months of doing that and using the tiny course and the things that I've learned over the last few months to really guide that. So I'm looking forward to some more gentleness rather than what I've created for myself the past 3 months.